him getting his face gripped by this man's foot, then eating dirt right after that. But old boy wasn't the only.
And you know Grievous is the type to just walk through shit and not give a fuck, bro. What is good, y'all? As you can see from the background, your boy has moved again. Yeah, I know, twice in less than a year, but this is a better spot, all right? It offers a lot more opportunities for more content. But we got to get back to that tried and true, because I don't miss a lot of like new drops. But I ain't miss that new CJ drop, because he has dropped 2003 General Grievous was the devil. And I'm pretty sure this is, you know, the old Cartoon Network, Star Wars, Clone Wars. I don't know how many of y'all, you know, actually remember this, bro. Like, I was there for this whole thing. And honestly, at a certain point, it feels like an acid trip. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is about to be a walk down memory lane, but it's also about to unlock some memories for your boy. So if y'all enjoy this, and if you remember this, make sure to hit CJ with the goodness. That's like, comment, subscribe, share, lock it in by hitting that bell. That is the goodness. Hit them with it. And if you enjoy my reaction, please do the same for your boy. Let's get to it.
I got this.
I remember that.
So what's wrong with him? That's not
Immediately.
human, man. You're
Oh
not
my
regular,
God.
man.
Come here, boy.
Nigga was a devil, man.
Yeah. The Forbidden Files.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series on the
Let's go.
The Forbidden Files. Now, let me quickly explain to y'all what this is. These are not trials. These are files and cases for characters that, quite honestly, don't even need a trial. This is the new tier called the Forbidden Tier, and it is strictly reserved for Legends of the Game. And we're starting this series off with a character that was so disgustingly broken, he had to get nerfed. And that is none other than 2003 General.
Thank you. I was just thinking this. Like, I was kind of going through my memory. I was like, this General Grievous made the one from the movies look soft as hell, bro. Teddy bear status.
Grievous.
I'm glad that CJ said that.
The devil in animated form. Niggas talk about 03 Grievous like niggas talk about Vaughn. Like, this dude was a Jedi killing machine.
Yes.
That was non-force sensitive, by the way. Like, for real, deadass, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'd go do it himself, on feet by himself. The niggas
On feet, on hands too. Nigga, you just saw what he was doing. A handstand fighting multiple Jedi.
straight up had to go. And let me just give y'all a warning right now before
Let's
we
go.
even start. If you have only seen Grievous from Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone Wars and have never seen this man in the 2D version, then woo,
So just so short.
So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Case 1, sliming out multiple Jedi at once. Now, this right here was Grievous's first appearance in any type of Star Wars media.
This just made me smile,
and man,
bro,
I'll
knowing
tell
that
you, boy,
someone
this
acknowledging
on
it.
record has to be one of the craziest character debuts of all time. So this is how this went down. While Anakin and Obi-Wan was finishing up a mission on this one planet, they get hailed from this one Jedi Master. And this man is fighting for his life and panicking. Bro was on the line like, General Kenobi, we need immediate evac. This new droid general, he's unstoppable. Oh God, I'm gonna rock his hell. In the next
Bruh, it's a Jedi screaming for their life. That's all you need to hear.
thing that you see when they swap to that planet is this man falling over and dying and Grievous stomping the communicator in the ground. The first time you ever catch a glimpse of this demon is
Just
him
a foot.
booming a Jedi Master. Not just a regular Jedi Knight, a whole ass Master. That is fucking horrifying. Now let's continue. The other Jedi that are with the Master that just got boomed are being completely surrounded by an army of droids. So while they had them completely surrounded at this abandoned ship, Grievous makes them cease fire. And after he made all the droids stop shooting, this man got on the mic and said,
Attention, Jedi scum! You are surrounded by the glorious Separatist army! Now, I could have my character swift tease you right now, but where will be the fun in that? So I, General Grievous,
know, you can't make a statement like that and then get dead dirty, bro. You can't say I'm about to come and slime y'all out myself and you not stand on it, bro. They gonna call you a fraud.
Grievous drops the mic and proclaims
even
that
though
he's
fine
gonna
shit in
slime
there
out
too,
the
you know,
Jedi
Ayla
themselves.
secure, bro.
They all start taking position and getting prepared for this nigga because
The blue
Grievous is
baddie.
walking towards them right now. And let me say this real quick: the Jedi in here are no pushovers,
Nope.
especially these three. Long
Talk to him, CJ. Talk to him.
head ass Kiadi Mundi, who is a member of the Jedi Council,
Yep.
Shakti, who was a pain in the ass to fight in the Force Unleashed.
Talk to these niggas. Oh my god, bruh. Go play the game and fight her. You open it like I thought you were just about to unlock memories of the show. Nope. The video. Okay, thank you.
And Ayla Secura, the alien shorty that took like 10,000 backshots from clones in Revenge of the Sith. Like, these
They
are
kept shooting
known
her,
Jedi
bro.
masters. And the fact that this man Grievous had this long head ass motherfucker sweating bullets is insane. So while Grievous was approaching them, all they could hear was his footsteps echoing around the wreckage. They couldn't tell where
Turned
this
into a
dude was
horror
at
movie
at all.
quick.
So this is where the insanity begins. This poor Padawan that looks like Shaggy, and believe it or not, his name is actually Shaggy. Not gonna lie, when I first watched this, I was like, why does this dude look like Shaggy? And boy, oh boy, come to find out, this actually is a Jedi version of Shaggy.
So you telling me that Shaggy not only has Ultra Instinct, but the Force too? Unstoppable. What kind of Scooby snacks would he be popping, bruh?
Like, that is just hilarious to me, bro. But anyways, while Grievous's footsteps got louder and louder, Shaggy, being the same scary ass nigga in Star Wars as well,
With the green
ended up losing
lightsaber?
his composure. So he runs outside just to get squashed by this nigga Grievous. Yeah, R.I.P. Shaggy. That is one of the most insane deaths I've ever seen. This nigga Grievous jumped from the top rope and squashed him. Knocked.
And he was waiting on it. He was I know it's a bitch nigga in there. I know it's a bitch nigga. Come on up, bitch nigga. There it is.
The sonic rings out that nigga. If you pay attention very closely, his entire body disappeared. That means the impact of that fall was so hard, his carcass was squished into the ground. His body was literally unrecoverable. So after Grievous squashed Shaggy, he starts towering over all the Jedi and laughing at their asses.
Or
Then
farming
shows
too.
them his 10-foot mechanical body and then just disappears. These niggas were shook because this just turned into a survival horror. Grievous really started playing Dead by Daylight with these niggas, just toying with them while he was ready to hunt them down one by one. So while they were moving back with their backs against each other, you see this nigga appear out of the shadows like Batman hanging from the...
I was just thinking that this nigga really studied Batman's whole playbook with this, bruh. If he had a rope, bro, he could have snatched one of them up real quick.
roof. Dude is literally looking over them, stalking his prey. So Grievous finally decided he was ready to get active. He drops from the roof and starts going to town on these niggas, fighting the
He
whole
left a crater.
1.5 and enjoying every second of it. And dude, this man is a literal cheat code. He can turn his body into a Beyblade. This is the most unfair shit I've ever seen. Like, for real, how the hell are you supposed to fight a 10-foot cyborg that can move his body like
You
a
can't even
Beyblade?
get in,
and
bruh.
guess what? That's not all he can do, because this is about to get even more insane. He started breakdancing on their asses, fighting them with his feet. No way in hell a 10-foot cyborg
What you gonna
should
do?
be moving like this. No, twin, nuh-uh. I'll be for real, bro. If I saw this shit, I'd put the saber down, bro.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you. Speak the gospel. We not cowards. We reasonable, bruh. At that point, we all hit him with the force, try to get him going, and run like hell. All right, that's the strategy. When we see that, we all stop. He gonna be like, "What's going on?" Hit him with the force. If he fly past you and he get you, I'm sorry, but one of us might have to take an L for the rest of us to survive.
wholeheartedly understand why George Lucas nerfed this nigga. So as the fight continued, long-head ass Cjdachamp tried to force push bro, but Grievous dodged it and landed on the side.
That's what I'm saying, we all gotta do it.
So this is when Grievous decided to start singling them out. He jumps back in and hits the ground so hard he made a smoke screen. So this wildebeest looking nigga decided to go in and try to fight him one-on-one, but Grievous pulls off a crazy move. He blocks his attack, and when old boy tried to swing at him again, he dropped his saber, cut him across the middle with his green one, then just slimed this nigga with his other one. Bro boomed that musty ass wildebeest immediately when he was 1v1 with him. So after the wildebeest Yeti.
See, I forget the style. Y'all have told me like 8 times. The style where you swing, and then if they block, you could just cut your lightsaber off and keep swinging right after. He definitely would use that. I don't know why he did it, but that move that he just did, he would use that style.
Hybrid got boomed. Shaak Ti decides to throw a bunch of scrap at him, but Grievous ends up cutting through all of it. Then this one Jedi tries to pull up on him. I'm gonna refer to him as Yeet because the nigga got a turban on his head. Grievous grabs his elongated head with his grippers and slams bro's head into the ground, breaking his neck on impact.
Yeah.
Bro didn't stand a chance. He didn't even get to swing the saber. His last seconds of life was him getting his face gripped by this man's foot, then eating dirt right after that. But old boy wasn't the only.
And you know Grievous is the type to just walk through shit and not give a fuck, bro. So he might have shit on his feet. He just put shit in your face and slammed your head into the ground.
Person to get his face gripped, because after Grievous boomed him, Ayla came in trying to swing, but Grievous gripped her face mid-air, then swung both of their bodies across the map with his feet. That has got to be one of the most insane ways to slime a nigga. Sending them flying with your feet is OD. So the last 2 Jedi remaining were Longhead Ciyadi and Shaak Ti. So Grievous ended up zoning them both out of their range. Then he drop kicks Ciyadi's ass across the stage, taking him out of the fight. And this just left Grievous one-on-one with Shaak Ti. And he was pushing her shit. She was panicking, barely holding on and blocking his strikes. So he ended up knocking the saber out of her hands. Then he comes in to swing on her, but Shaak Ti barely blocks this with the force and gets sent flying into a pillar, and she is out of commission. So the last man standing was Cjdachamp with his elongated dingling head. So Grievous
every time you mention him, he bring up that head.
Grabs Shaak Ti's saber and picked it up with his foot. And he was staring at this nigga Ciyadi, laughing at his ass like,
You fool! With your elongated head, I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
So after Grievous finished taunting this man, he ends up pushing Ciyadi and knocking the saber out of his hands immediately. And Grievous
He got this man down on all fours too.
Ends up going in for the kill. But at the last millisecond, Ciyadi ends up getting bailed out by the clones. And the clones looked at that boy Grievous and said,
Troopers, blast that half-brick clanker.
So they start shooting at Grievous, and Grievous hits the dash, while the clones are blasting every single piece of ammo that they have at this man. So while they continue trying to shoot bro down, Grievous decides to drop in and starts to murder all of the clones in front of him. So after Grievous ended up mowing down the whole front line, a whole gunship ends up pulling up right in front of his face. And this is when Grievous finally decided to make a strategic retreat. So Grievous ends up hitting the dash again. That man is out of there. I know his 40-yard dash speed is fast as hell. And Ciyadi and
2.6 seconds. I'm calling it right now.
the clones end up retreating. So yeah, that right there was General Grievous's first ever appearance. So let's review this carnage that he caused. He crushed Shaggy into oblivion, put Wildebeest nigga up on a shirt, gripped Yeet with his feet and broke his neck, and threw their asses across the ship with his feet, and damn near—
I don't think Ayla died from that though. I feel like she's strong enough to survive, bro.
They're killing Shaak Ti along with Cjdachamp. Oh, and I forgot old boy at the beginning that got boomed on the communicator, along with his entire battalion. So yeah, this man packed up 4 Jedi, put Ayla and Shaak Ti on a stretcher, and had Ciyadi's ass rethinking life. This is one of the nastiest debuts a character has ever had to date. So yeah, and guess what? That was only case 1. We still got another case left. And boy, let me tell you, it gets even crazier. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to case 2, the siege on Coruscant. Now, what you're about to see are the events that basically open up episode 3. Even though this series is now considered Legends continuity, this is still kind of what basically happened. So how this went down. This evil-ass conniving nigga Palpatine sent this man Grievous to invade Coruscant and capture him. So the Separatists end up pulling up to Coruscant and a massive battle just ensues. Now, before we get to Grievous, we gotta take a detour real quick, because this is one of the hardest moments in Star Wars history.
Hold on, I just need to know, y'all. I really want to know. How was Grievous in the later Clone Wars series, like the 3D Clone Wars? Was he, I know he might not be this much of a demon, but was he all right? You know, y'all let me know. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I just started it.
This nigga Captain Fordo was popping off this battle. Nigga turned into the Doomslayer. Just look at this shit. Him and his squad are being overran, but he didn't care. Bro, boomed the battle droid in front, turned around, smacked this nigga, dumped the clip in his ass, then he throws his gun at this droid,
pulled a pistol out,
his head off, then picked up his blaster in his left hand and started mowing these niggas down.
He going stupid.
Bro, you know this man was top of the leaderboard in every single Battlefront lobby. Bro just dropped off 20 droids in the span of 20 seconds. So while the battle continued and Captain Fordo was running up the scoreboard, we see this nigga Palpatine watching the battle and sipping tea, not giving a care in the world.
Not a single
This man doesn't care at all what is happening right now. He's just looking at all this shit like,
people losing their lives.
I orchestrated all this shit. I don't give a damn what's happening, nigga. So while Palpatine was enjoying his tea, Shaak Ti, a bunch of troopers and 2 Jedi end up pulling up with her. And they're trying to get this man Palpatine to safety. But Palpatine was just stalling and acting like, oh, Master Shaak Ti, greetings. Would you like to enjoy some tea with me while I watch the battle? And she like, no, old ass nigga, I'm trying to get your ass to safety. But while they continued to stay in this room, they started hearing footsteps around the room. And when they started getting louder, Shaak Ti knew immediately who this was.
Get down, Mr. President!
Hi, how are you?
So he breaks in the window, letting himself right in the room. And look at this mechanical, lanky-ass nigga ore farming. Bro really had to hit a whole JoJo's pose before he started dropping niggas off. So this nigga Grievous looking at Palpatine like,
Greetings, Master. I've come to pick you up.
Shut the fuck up, you mechanical Nimrod. They're not supposed to know that shit till the 3rd movie.
I'm sorry, Lucius.
Now capture me and make it look believable. So Grievous tries to grab him, but Shaak Ti pulls him away. And they end up taking Palpatine, and Grievous is surrounded by about 20 clones. But bro didn't care that he was surrounded at all. Dude
that man said, I need a warm-up. Ooh, 20? Okay, I got this.
was actually ecstatic, because now he can let loose and kill some niggas. So the clones start firing and Grievous jumps up and immediately starts mowing every clone in that room down. Look at what he does to this one dude. He grabs him and plants him on the wall, then just slices him down the middle. And I'm not gonna lie, this next guy got done dirty.
This was on Cartoon Network, y'all.
Gun in half. Then he grabs him by the leg with his own leg, then throws him out the window. Nah, bro, that is one of the worst ways to ever go out. Bro grabbed his leg.
I mean, I played Force Unleashed 1, Force Unleashed 2, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. And so, this ain't that crazy to me, bro. I did Stormtroopers just as bad, bro. All I'm saying is Cal Kestis and Starkiller, they could end up on one of CJ's lists with the stuff I did in that game or those games.
With his own leg, then sent him flying, and he's gonna fall for like 100 floors before he goes splat. Oh man, rip that guy, bro. So as he continued to murder everybody in his room, make this clone look up to the sky to see God, we get to one of the nastiest.
Y'all know my phrase, bro. Anytime there's an uppercut, what I say? Look to God. Okay, CJ.
Kills of all time. Grievous grabs this one clone by his face with his grippers, then slams his skull into the wall. Oh dear God, that might be worse than the guy that fell 100 floors. If you look to the right, you can see the horror on this one clone's face. You don't even see his face, but you can tell just by the look. If I saw one of my homies get slimed like that, I'ma be real, I wouldn't know what to do. At this point, just put the gun down and accept your fate or just run. Those are your only options. Look what
I'm definitely gonna try to stay alive, so I'm doing the dash, bro.
happens to this royal guard. Bro grabs him with his grippers, starts
On the
using
chest.
him as a body shield, then slams his body on the ground. These clones are having some of the most horrific deaths I've ever seen, because this is just getting ridiculous. So Grievous just continued to murder everyone in that room. Those clones stood zero chance against this man. They were literally used as meat shields so Shaak Ti and them could get away. So while they was waiting by the elevator, all they could hear were just the screams of everybody getting murdered in there.
That
Look
makes
at
it
this
so
one
much
Jedi.
worse.
He is spamming the button trying to get the elevator to come up. Because dude is horrified of what he's hearing in there.
I don't
so
blame
when the
him.
screams stopped, they knew the head start that they got was over. Grievous busts through the door on all fours, running at them
Running
like a
like a
rabid
crackhead.
dog, while dodging multiple force pushes. So Shaak Ti ends up finally hitting them, buying them some time to get in the elevator, but that didn't put Grievous down at all. So later on, after they escape, they're all taking this high-speed elevator down to the ground.
Didn't
so
he
they
jump?
thought they were
He
safe.
ran
They
down the
thought
building.
They had time to breathe.
I remember
but
this
that
shit.
lasted for a whopping 10 seconds. They look to the right, and this nigga Grievous is running down the building. Oh my God! He is
Bro,
running
what?
down
I
a
remember
building,
this shit.
keeping up with a high-speed elevator. Like, no, bro, no, man. This has got to be another reason why George Lucas nerfed this, man, because this is ridiculous. So this
Being real with you, like, I don't think that the movies did anybody genuine just like the fight versus Obi-Wan versus Anakin is about the best display of skill, right? I don't think outside of that, any of the Jedi performances would be able to go toe to toe with any of the games or the two games I mentioned or this. I don't think I just can't, bro. They don't get me wrong, they had some good fights, but the speed and everything that was happening, it just the power scaling wouldn't work. It don't make sense.
one clone said, nah, twin, fuck this shit. He just decides to shoot a rocket launcher at him. And I'm not gonna lie, was that warranted? Yes! I mean, they gotta try something to stop this man. So when they finally reach the ground floor, they are surrounded by a bunch of super battle droids. And Grievous just drops from the building right in front of them. So Mr. Manslug nigga decides to use a force howl, but Grievous was prepared this time. He uses those damn grippers, digs in the ground, and starts moving through the house. They was trying every trick in the book and couldn't stop this man at all. So they just decided to run. There was no point in fighting him.
That's
so
all you
while they
can
was on
do.
the run,
But he's fast
Grievous's
as hell.
Magna Guards end up killing the final two clones. So the only ones that were left standing protecting Palpatine was Shaak Ti and the other two Jedi. So they were having to run for their lives through the city while Grievous and his Magna
I know who could have took Grievous here. Mace Windu. Mace Windu in this series was hard too, bro.
Guards were chasing them. And this whole chase was just insane. They went from fighting on a ship to Grievous just destroying it, making it crash in the middle of the city. Then they ended up fighting in a subway station. And I'm not gonna lie, this next scene had to be one of the most terrifying scenes of all time. When they thought they were safe behind this train, this man Grievous pops up right behind them. Jump scare of doom. So he starts walking them down and pushing them back.
Just got him on straight defense.
Two Jedi to the side. So he ends up walking up to Shaak Ti and telling her,
Salutations, Jedi scum! You may have escaped from me before, but
I ain't gonna lie, yo General Grievous is elite, CJ. It is elite. Nah, like, I've been listening to it like, damn, this shit good. This shit is fine. Like, hey, if we ever get like a hood Star Wars or something like that, or no, more hood Star Wars. Rav is doing it. Yo, Rav, if you ever need a Grievous, you gotta go to CJ, bruh.
today you will be slammed!
but Shaak Ti ends up pulling off a 10,000 IQ big brain play. She used the Force to wrap this man's cape around the train. So when the train was ready to go, Grievous just gets yoinked. And this finally brought them some time to escape from this man. So about a good 20 minutes passed, and they think that they finally shaken Grievous. Shaak Ti ended up splitting up from him, and the other two Jedi ended up taking Palpatine to his bunker so he could be safe. So when they got in there and locked all the doors, they thought that they were in the clear, but they were soon about
Whole time y'all doing this for the op too.
to realize not even getting yoinked by a high-speed train would stop this nigga. Grievous was waiting for them in that room the entire time. So he drops down and starts fighting the other two Jedi. And while he was doing that, look at this evil, conniving motherfucker going back like,
He changed the face, bruh.
good, Grievous, good. Slime those niggas, Grievous. Put them on a shit. So while Grievous continued to fight them, they end up getting stuck in a lightsaber clash. And this is when Grievous finally revealed his trump card. The thing that he's most famous for. He pulls out the other two arms and starts using all four of them holes. And when he was using all four of his arms, they stood no chance. Grievous cuts both of them down in a heartbeat.
Like, again, Shaak Ti had to have given them a detailed report of the fight from before, where this man was on his hands and feet and he could use a lightsaber with any appendage, pretty much. No way would I have ever felt safe, ever, because I feel like he could just got on one foot and pulled out another lightsaber, but no, he pulls out two more hands.
And it was game over for both them niggas. So Grievous finds Palpatine and he looking at him like,
Aha! I've done it, Lord Sidious. Are you impressed?
about fucking time, you half-breed clank. Now get me on the ship and let's fucking go. Okay, on a real note, Grievous actually never knew that Palpatine was Sidious. That is still hilarious to how oblivious he was to him. But
Nigga,
anyways,
what?
Shaak Ti finally ends up making it to the room, but she's too late. She sees the other two Jedi dead, and Grievous holding up Palpatine, and Palpatine looking at her like, oh, hello, Shaak Ti dear. I'm having a little trouble here. Can you please help me? So Shaak Ti runs at Grievous, but he hits her saber to the side and just chokes her. So he takes her saber, adds it to his collection, then decides to give Shaak Ti some actual shock. He just electrocutes the hell out of her and just ties her up and leaves her there. So Grievous ends up taking Palpatine to his ship. But before he was about to leave, my goat, Mace
Okay, I'm remembering this. I'm remembering this well, bro. I mentioned Mace earlier. I knew he showed up, and I knew they. Ooh, I'm so like, bro. I have not watched this series since 2004, bro. So the fact that I still can remember these things, I'm happy.
fucking Windu nigga came down and looked at Grievous like, you a fake demon twin, and crushes this man's sternum. Look how he had this man Grievous leaning back. Lord
With
have
one
mercy.
move,
And
too,
this is
bruh.
the incident in this continuity that gave him that iconic cough. So after the ship takes off and Grievous escapes, Revenge of the Sith starts. But yeah, that's basically the end of case 2. So let's look at our final Carnage report for case 2. This man launched a full invasion on Coruscant, broke into the Chancellor's room and slimed like 20 clones in the most brutal way fashion, then decided to chase the Jedi throughout the whole city, then kill 2 of them and knock out Shaak Ti for a second time. This
That's
is some of
torture.
the most wicked work of all time. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the end of our first ever Forbidden File. I hope everybody can clearly see and understand why this demon got nerfed. Because if he was moving like this in Revenge of the Sith and 3D Clone Wars, then dear God, the Republic would have been cooked. So yeah,
You see what I'm saying, bro?
2003 General Grievous, that nigga had to go, just straight up. So with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know if y'all want any more Forbidden Files.
Yeah, we
because
need
I
more,
have a
bro.
whole list of
I don't know how I feel about him, bro. He a demon, but at the same time, he low key like a fake demon too, bro. Like this man is really just a big fanboy.
Let
me see the rest of
Let me know if y'all want any more Forbidden Files because
Doomsday, Dark Side,
I
Joker,
have a whole list
Reverse
of
Flash, Doctor Doom.
and also make sure to
Black
follow the
Suit
other socials
Spider-Man.
because that is where I'll tell y'all what all the future videos will be. And until next time.
I ain't know when this was gonna be, but I know it was coming, bro. Ugh, I'm so like, thank you, CJ, bro. Because I knew I remembered Mace Windu and Grievous meeting each other. I didn't even remember what happened, But I knew they met, and I knew Mace Windu was cold as a bitch in that series. And pulled up one move, had that man on life support for the rest of the continuity, bro. For the rest of the continuity, this man had a cough. Yes, sir, bro. But no, like y'all just saw that, he was a menace. And honestly, the O3 show, maybe it's just, me, because, it's just might just, unk thing, I guess, because y'all gonna definitely call me unk at this series. But that series was something special. Like it reminds me of Samurai Jack, but I think the creator of that Star Wars went on to make, I think it's called Primal, with the caveman and the giant dinosaur. If I'm not mistaken, those two are related, but I could be wrong. But all in all, bro, General Grievous was him until he truly met him. And that is Mace Windu, bro. The black man. Hey, but he didn't kill any of, the alien baddies either. He killed everybody else in the most horrific ways. But yeah, I'm gonna end this here. If y'all enjoyed this, make sure to hit CJ with the goodness. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Lock that in by hitting the bell. That is the goodness. Hit them with it. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.